Hey, Shalom. Every Shabbat we have a creed that we read at the Spirit of Yah. And I want to share that creed with you guys. This creed is taken from Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter, into Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter. Check it out. It begins at Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter, and the 24th verse, and it reads, even all nations should say, wherefore have Yahuwah done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? The men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahuwah Elohim of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Mizraim. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. So the curses were upon the people and it was upon the land. Some people that have went there says how desolate the land looks over there. But at one time, when we abided in our land, it was not desolate. Also, when you read Isaiah, the first chapter, matter of fact, let me go over there real quick. I just want to give you a certain context. Let me see, where is that at? Isaiah first chapter, and I'm going to go back. But Isaiah the first chapter and the 7th verse reads, your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. So you see what that verse says? So desolate by definition is we're not there. Strangers have overthrown it, but the true Israelites are not there. So I wanted to read that to let you know that desolate do not just mean abandoned and there's no one there. Oh, there's someone there. The strangers are there. And by definition, as we just read, that fits the definition of desolate because we're not there. So let's go back to Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter, and pick that up. I'm going to pick that up at the 27th verse. Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter and the 27th verse. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And Yahuwah rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation and cast them into another land as it is this day. Now, when this was written before our ancestors even came into the land, because we're in the book of Deuteronomy and they have not come into the land yet. Joshua, son of Nun, is who's going to bring them into the land in the book of Joshua, the very next book. But this was prophetic that Shemaiah, aka Moses, was speaking to the people, okay? But he says again, verse 28, and Yahuwah rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day. Verse 29. The secret things belong unto Yahuwah our Elohim, but those things which are revealed belong unto us. It do not belong to people of other nations. It do not belong to the Gentiles. It do not belong to other religions, including Christianity. No, it belongs to the people that the Father made a covenant with and that he will make a new covenant with, which is the Israelites, okay? So again, the secret things belong unto Yahuwah Elohim, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. Why? Why? That we may do all the words of this law. See, we have allowed religion to tell us that the law has been done away with and the law is dead. But here, the secret things that are revealed still belongs to us, Israel, so that we may do all the words of the law that our ancestors failed to do and cause us to be living in other lands unto this day. Okay? Chapter 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee. The blessing is what we had when we were in our land. Okay? Some people think that the blessing and curses, they go in and out or whatever. No, the blessings happen when we were in our land. When we had our own government, our kings, our currency, and all that. But since we don't have anything like that now, it's been nothing but cursings. Cursings. Okay? So, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations, whether Yahuwah thy Elohim have driven thee. We've been driven into all nations. We're the only people on the face of this earth that have been driven into all nations. Okay? Verse 2. Oh, and also we got to keep in mind that when we try to put blame on the Gentiles, on the white man and all that, what we do is we are not taking account of what the Father has put upon us. Therefore, we have to be a lot more meek, a lot more humble. We have to have the spirit of humility so that we can get out of this condition, okay? Why do we cry out against the belt that's in the Father's hand? You know, it's just like your mother and father, when they chastise you, you instead of you repenting and learning a lesson that you need to learn from the chastisement, you're complaining about it, showing that you are not learning and elevating based off of the chastisement. And the Father, in this day and age, as he's waking his people up, he wants us to take on the spirit of humility, take on the spirit of meekness, to not to be crying out against our adversary and our enemy, because the adversary and the enemy could not have done nothing unless the Father allowed it, and they could have not done nothing unless our ancestors caused it to happen, okay? We need to collectively, as a people, understand this, okay? Very important. Okay? Verse 2, it says, and shall return unto Yahuwah thy Elohim, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart, with all thy soul. So he's letting us know that in these lands of our captivity is when we have to humble ourselves and we have to do this law. All of this law, where? In the land of our captivity. Because some people think that, oh no, that's all going to be done when we get back into the land. That's not what the script says. It says that this is a requirement for us to get our mind right here in the land of our captivity, again, as he's waking us up. Verse 2 again, and thou shalt return unto Yahuwah thy Elohim, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou, thy children, with all thy heart, and with all thy soul. Verse 3, that then, Yahuwah thy Elohim will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether Yahuwah thy Elohim have scattered thee. So again, we need to leave these world religions alone. Leave these world religions alone, because between the books of Genesis and Deuteronomy, the Father basically have given us the whole entire story. Everything after Deuteronomy is us playing out the prophecies that was given to Shemaiah, or better known as Moses, given to him, and we're here on this side of this time span where we're able to get the whole entire picture. The whole entire picture. So again, I just wanted to share that. Hopes you got something out of it. And everyone, no matter of your creed, color, or whatever, everyone is welcome to come out and join us at the Spirit of YAH each and every Shabbat here in Jacksonville, Florida. So with that, I leave you until next time. Shalom.